Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Critical Reactions with your host, Bryan. Today we're going to be continuing on our Women of Metal Week with an extremely popular request that goes back, almost like 3-4 months ago. It is definitely one of my more popular requests. We are talking about Unexpect. We have requests coming in from Ryan Pattinson, Juan Maidana, Bogdan Dukovich, I hope I'm saying all these right, Lee Ellis, David Blanchard, Entelichile, Alexandra Bone, Blake Privet, Lowercase Knife, Samuel Philo, Merrick Vechera, Fausto Rodriguez, Philip Long, Robert Piotrowski, A Croc Duck Tuok, and Doc Holliday. And as you can see, there are quite a few song recommendations. So I ended up taking the most popular one by one request, I think it was. It was not, it was a very close margin. And we're going to be checking out, what was this one called? The Unsolved Ideas of a Distorted Guest. So, yeah, that's that's a mouthful to take in. That's I don't know, dude. That's a big title, man, and it has like a lot of meaning behind it. So I guess let's get into this and see what's going on with Unexpect. Very ethereal, but calming. The melody and the vocals has definitely a calming texture to it. Ooh. That is funky. Yeah, that string in there, some sort of harpsichord, something in that family. Yeah. Oh man, a little bit of electronica and character singing. These are amazing. How many people are in this band? There's almost too much going on though. And I know that's a weird thing for me to say. Nice little halftime feel going on. Working outside of chords. Lots of just dissonance in this section. Major Danny Elfman feel right here. I mean, if Danny Elfman wrote metal. But yeah. Very cool. I feel like I'm on a train going off the rails and it's just not stopping. I've been waiting for this. I need a little bit of chance to catch my breath. Really digging the vocal harmonies there. It happened earlier, I think I mentioned it. Alright. That was certainly unexpected. No? That was bad? Okay. Okay, so there is a lot to talk about here. And yeah, I don't even know where to begin with any of it. That song in particular was a descent into madness. Just pure, unbridled chaos of the mind. It feels so much like somebody wrote stream of consciousness music. And that is cool. I mean, I don't want to diminish that at all. That is exciting that you know this music exists. It's not, I can't classify it into a genre. It is post-modern music. It is post-genre music. I guess the closest thing we could lump it into, just because the term covers everything that can't be lumped in anything, is avant-garde. and it just takes inspirations from everything. It's got a little bit of metal in there. It's got some new metal, some symphonic metal, like all these subgenres of metal. But it also has theatrical, musical inspirations as well. It has rock inspirations. It has some symphonic and operatic inspirations. Like it is all over the place, and I love every second of it. But there's something about the song that for me was really difficult to follow. I think it had something to do with the mix. I was having a real difficult time picking some things out. And I mentioned that at the beginning, I said something along the lines of, I think there's too much happening. And I think that's the wrong way to word that. I don't think you can ever have too much happening, but you need to be able to mix all the ideas well. And I think that this song in particular could use a highly skilled producer who has a lot of experience with this kind of cacophony. Not to say that the producer on this was bad. It could have been a lot worse, but it definitely could have helped to have a little bit more clarity in some of the sections, and some of that kind of lends itself to the composition where they don't allow a moment of silence ever, and that's just kind of has to do with how many instruments and vocals and stems. If you're talking about the software, the audio software, just how much is going on. There's, I mean, I counted double digits in the instruments and at least 4 or 5 vocal styles. I don't know how many vocalists they came from, but there was a lot of vocal styles. So there's just a lot of instruments in here, and in order for all of them to kind of have time to be heard, to be played, to have a participation in the song, you really kind of have to fill up all the time you have. There really isn't much time for rests, full rest for the entire band to kind of duck out and have these moments of silence. So a lot, pretty much any time that an instrument is taking a rest or they have, rests in their melodic lines, another instrument, another vocalist is going to be filling that time up. There's just too much that needs to be done and too little time to cram it all into. I mean, this was 6.5 minutes long, and it felt stuffed to the brim. And that's both a good thing and a bad thing. Like I said, it becomes chaotic at times, and there's a lot of overlap. There's a lot of strange melody connections going on that I feel were definitely purposeful. Their counterpoint was chaotic. Sometimes the 2 or even 3 melodies didn't necessarily line up well all of the time. And but like I said, I think that was done on purpose to kind of fit with the ideas of the chaos. I think they could write some very beautiful 3 and 4 line counterpoints if they wanted to, where every single beat was just perfect. I don't think that's beyond their skill. I think this was done intentionally, but there's just a lot going on all at the same time, and yeah, I mean, just wow. I could probably spend an entire 30 or 40 minutes just talking about the vocals and how they're performed, what the lyrics are, how they all line up with each other. I mean, there was one part where I swear there were like 3 vocal lines being delivered at the same time. There's definitely a very in-depth story going on here, and like I said, I could talk about the vocals alone for easily a half hour once I dug into it and started to understand what the song was about, and then probably a couple hours on the song itself and how it relates to the narrative themes and story that's going on in the lyrics. um, I mean, the song is just, I'm blown away by it. It is a lot to take in, um, but I think they did a good job at doing what they were set out to do. And at the end of the day, that's all art is. You set out to do something, you make some compromises along the way, and you end up with a finished product that's, as close as you could get it to the perfect concept that you have in your brain. And that's what they did. I feel, and they did that well. It's just this is not a song for a single listen breakdown. There's just way too much going on. So apart from me just talking about the chaos and how that works and some of the counterpoint that's going on and the way that their melodies sometimes don't complement each other and just the chaotic nature of the entire song, I don't really feel there's anything else I can add meaningful to it without subsequent listens. But I am very appreciative of what they've done, and I am I'm a bit envious of their compositional and musicianship skills because this is just there is a lot that could have gone wrong here, and and it came out a piece of music that's comprehensible, at least, and this could have been a very incomprehensible track. So yeah, kudos to Unexpect. It was just fantastic. This is where you guys come in, though. Hit me up in the comments what you guys thought. I guess if you want to hit me up with some more song requests, although there are quite a few already that I need to check on when I revisit this band. And while you're down there in the comments, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell. If you'd like, you can check out my Twitter and Patreon. The links are in the description. And until next time, which is tomorrow, we should have 2 videos out tomorrow. The regularly scheduled Women of Metal reaction, and then a brand new video series that I'll be doing once or twice a week. So stay tuned for that one. I'm pretty excited about it. I know some of the people that know about it are really excited about it, so it's going to be real cool. Alright, and so until then, you guys stay safe out there, and have a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening whenever you choose to watch my videos.